Welcome to Author Transformation Stories. This is Som Bartla, author of 22 books at Amazon and founder of Author Freedom Hub. In this interview series, we talk to various authors who joined Author Freedom Hub, write their books, publish their books, and make some transformation in life. And today we have with us Sneha Rajput. Sneha is from Maharashtra. She's teacher from last 23 years, and she is also a trainer in diabetics. She loves to make friends, and that habit or that kind of quality in her inspired her to write her book. The book name is Seven Ways to Winning Friends. She joined my community Author Freedom Hub in July 2020, and she published her book in September 2020. So, welcome Sneha to the show.
Thank you so.
Thank you very much. Okay, so now if you're new to this channel, if you're watching this first time, then I request you to subscribe to this channel, hit the bell button so that you can get all the notification for future such videos coming in. And I promise you that I'll be bringing so much more motivational interviews in front of you. So let's get going with the today's session. So Sneha, first and foremost question to you. What inspired you to write this book? The book is Seven Ways to Winning Friends. So talk about this book and what inspired you to write this book.
First thing, I was inspired to write because I keep my friends right from my childhood, and we are a very good group. We are enjoying our life, though we are in different parts of the world.
Mm-hmm.
And for writing the book, so I just went through your webinar, and I thought I will join you,
Mm-hmm.
and you are a great help to accomplish my dreams of writing what I have experienced in my life.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So let's talk about your background, your journey. See, whenever somebody writes a book, it doesn't happen that one fine day he thinks that I'm writing a book and then book starts to happen. It doesn't happen that way, right? So you must have like a journey in your life, like 23 years, you are into teaching profession, you are a trainer for the diabetics, then you wrote this book. So let the audience know more about what Sneha is. Sneha is from outside, from inside. Let that journey go and let audience know about you. Then we'll talk about your book later. But first of all, it should be all about Sneha. Who is Sneha and what should people know about you?
I train people to speak. I guide them for public speaking, speaking on stage.
Mm-hmm.
I help diabetics. I'm a mentor for them. I help for weight loss, and I just help people with diet plans also,
Mm-hmm.
and it's social work. And I communicate with many people. I help them for public talks and
Mm.
communicate and writing about friends. As a child, I was quite a naughty girl, but very clever
Mm.
uh, in my studies. And
I
we
want some
all
examples. I want some examples of naughty girl and clever girl. Let the
uh,
audience listen that.
I studied in a residential school, and we all friends in our free time used to go out to collect mulberries in the school garden.
Okay.
And actually, we were not allowed to, but we used to sneak into the garden and collect those mulberries and enjoy them in our free time.
Okay.
And a clever student, I always
Mm.
coped up my studies and scored good marks in
Mm-hmm.
academics. I
Right,
was
right.
a football player, and in my school days till state level, I've played in my team, so I know
Okay.
what is communication.
So you know the importance of teamwork, how the teams work, and I mean, reaching at the state level is a big thing, right? So that requires a lot of coordination with the people. And now let's talk about you're wearing multiple hats. You are a mother of two daughters, right? So talk about that. Like you are a mother of two daughters, doing teaching from last 23 years. Talk about
Yeah.
different verticals of your life, and then let's find out some value nuggets from inside from you. Yeah.
Yeah, being a mother of two daughters, I'm more a friend to them than
Hmm.
their mother.
Mm-hmm.
Elder daughter is a doctor. She's completed her MBBS and moving on towards her post graduation.
Mm-hmm.
And my younger daughter is in 10th standard now in the SSC board.
Mm-hmm.
I am quite friendly with my daughters,
Mm.
and they don't think of me as a mother, but they share each and everything with me, each and every problem, everything. Daily we have a good sharing of
Mm-hmm.
nearly half of what we did the whole day, both
Hmm.
my myself. It is either way. The
Right.
communication. We're quite
Hmm.
free and with one another. We
Hmm.
respect others' opinions, and we move on towards life in an optimistic way.
Wonderful. So you write about how to win friends and you are treating your daughters like your friends. So basically it is something coming from inside. Like you see what my take on is that if you value people, if you value the other person, then you definitely treat that person as a friend because you see all good things in the other person. That's why you think about treating them like a friend. Because I also have two daughters and we call something DDD. That's
Yeah,
daddy daughters day. So I spent some time with them on that triple D thing. So yeah, that's a good fun. So we are like in the daughters club, both you and me. So great to know about your stuff. And you are into teaching. I mean, you teach and as well as you are a trainer in for diabetics. So let's talk about that and how these two things, and then coming out with the book on the communication. Let's talk about these things.
yeah. Being a teacher for so many years and teaching the students to excel in various competitive exams.
Mm-hmm.
There also, I treat my students like my friends. I go to that level. Like
Hmm.
suppose I teach a SSC grade student, I feel if I were a student, if I were in his shoes, you
Hmm.
see,
Hmm.
and how would my attitude be? And
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
help out my students in that way,
Hmm.
and I get a good reflection from my students.
Hmm.
My students are placed all over the world. Even today, some in America and all, they
Hmm.
call me back for my book. I got a good review from one of my students from Canada. She
Wonderful.
has appreciated my book. So they're all over the world,
Hmm.
and even after school, they
Hmm.
reflect back to me, inviting me for their marriages and the various functions in their houses.
Hmm.
So, quite communicative and friendly way that I teach my students, and
Wonderful. Wonderful.
even after their school. Uh,
Great. 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 So let's now have a look at your book. Let me quickly share the screen and let's have a look at your book. So this is the book Sneha has: 7 Ways to Winning Friends, Valuable Strategies to Communicate, Impress, Be Enthusiastic, and Connect with People for a Fulfilling Life. That's a wonderful book. And now let's now look at the index of this book quickly so that people can know what this book is about. It is talking about activating a feeling of importance, respect the personality. Yes, 7 ways are taught in this book. So wonderful, Sneha, wonderful. Now, I just think of sharing one thing here. The way you treat your daughters, the way you treat your students, uh, you are precisely following a law of universe, which I just want to just quickly tell here. Precisely, all of us as human beings want autonomy in our life. We don't want to be told something. We want to feel like we are doing on our own. So if you, the way you said very correctly, that you put yourself into that person's shoes and what he's thinking. So now you basically, the way of winning friends is that if you understand their perspective deeply and then make them understand on their perspective, that's the way to win friends, and that you're doing at a very deeper level. So great to know about that. And now let me quickly ask you this thing. You wrote this book, you joined my community called Author Freedom Hub in July 2020. In September you published this book. So what was your previous experience about writing? You are a first time author, right?
I'm a first time author and I did not have any experience of writing.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, told quite systematically in your first webinar,
Mm-hmm.
which I attended. I was just noting down what you were telling me, and
Mm-hmm.
as I'm teaching my students,
Mm-hmm.
you know, like the every aspect of whatever you were telling me of writing,
Mm-hmm.
I found it quite common and easy. It was quite inspiring for me, your words and the way you're putting it up quite politely and in a decent manner. I
Mm-hmm.
thought, why not go in for writing and being a first time author, let me give this a try. And
Mm-hmm.
I was inspired from your webinar, and so I joined your community. and it was of great help for me. And I have planned I'll keep on writing. Now my second book I'll publish soon,
Hmm.
and I've decided at least one book in 2 months I'm going to publish and work on it, because
Amazing.
working in the school. So whenever I get free time, I'm going to concentrate on writing. And it was great
Amazing.
from your community and you especially.
Hmm.
Like any question you answer and you tell us to ask. If any silly question we ask, very patiently you are answering to that from your
Yeah,
side.
correct. In fact, I keep on saying that silly questions are welcome, right?
Yeah, right.
So, I mean, without knowing about writing a book, without knowing about publishing a book, so as a first-time writer is fine, but publishing the book, was it a challenge for you, or you learned it quite easily and then you managed to publish on your own? What was the journey like? Because every journey has some kind of lessons. So, talk about that.
Yeah, it was a great challenge for me because infotex I'm not that good,
Hmm.
and computers or using the laptop and all. I used to in school also. I always run to the computer teacher for every,
Okay.
and in the way I have to keep on seeing your videos,
Hmm.
and where you tell you press this button, you do this, then
Hmm.
go here, upload the manuscript. It is literally like you are telling a KG student, "यहाँ पे हाथ धो," or you do this, and you wash your hand in the same
Okay.
way. Press a button here and you
Hmm.
upload the cover.
Hmm.
A lot of details you are providing,
Hmm.
and it is I'm trying to reduce that challenge by completely seeing your by watching the videos that you put up in the course.
Hmm.
Therefore,
Hmm.
but yet I have to train myself to get acquainted to all the
Yes.
technique.
Yes, but I must appreciate you said that before joining here, you every for every computer work you run to computer teacher, and now you are quite friendly with computer in terms of watching the videos and uploading your book. I mean,
Yes,
you see as a this is a kind of a transformation happening in you, because we most of the times what happens with us is that we are mentally keep on telling ourselves that I'm not tech savvy, I'm this, I'm that. Those are the labels which we create on ourselves. And once we remove those labels, and those labels are not put by anybody outside on us, it is something which we put ourselves on us, right? So
right,
once
yes,
once you had an open mind, you started to learn, and then things are becoming easier for you, right?
yes, it's become quite easy and through your course. And thank you for that, and for the inspiration that you have given me to write and put up my ideas.
Hmm.
And I keep telling my students also, now my name is at a global level.
Hmm.
And thanks to you, Som, for this new identity that I got as an author. And I'm
Hmm.
quite successful and I'm writing well.
Pleasure to serve you. Pleasure. Yes. So great to hear your story. And let's now quickly talk about something from your book. In fact, one chapter quite resonated with me, which I just wanted you to elaborate. You talk about your presence inspires others. So
Yeah,
Sneha,
right.
can you just decipher your presence inspires others? This is something very deep meaning. It looks like. So talk about this. Why your presence? How your presence should inspire others? Please talk about that.
If you have to inspire the others, first
Mm-hmm.
thing you should know how to carry yourself, how to work well, or
Mm,
put up your data properly, or any task is given to you.
mm,
You do well with the help of your colleagues, your friends,
mm,
and people will wait
mm,
to see you at your workplace. It should
mm,
not be, "Hey, I'm there." It
mm,
should reflect in the other way. Yes,
mm,
she
mm, mm, mm,
person, and I help the others. I carry myself well, and I see to it that I complete all the task and the challenge in
mm,
time.
mm,
And yes, when you go out to your workplace, how you dress up and all that
mm,
also and
mm,
not be very costly clothes, but they should be decent for your
mm,
profession.
mm, mm, mm. So precisely like the way you carry yourself. It's
Yeah.
all about all aspects of personality. If you take care of yourself first, your personality first, be it your dressing, be it the way you work, So it's basically the way you take responsibility for your life, right?
Right.
If you're responsibly handling the work, responsibly carrying yourself, then definitely your presence will be inspiring the other people. I agree with that. Yes, your presence itself will mean a lot. You're not simply sitting there physically present, you are basically visible in terms of a valuable person who is like adding value to your life, right?
You should keep on adding value to your life. And every time I feel that every year in school also, you should go in for various activities and take up some challenge.
Mm-hmm. Right, right. Wonderful. Great. So let's now talk about some kind of in your writing journey. In your writing journey, what you are like a first-time author. Anybody who's watching this interview as a first-time author who wants to become an author, so, what kind of personal traits or qualities you developed which helped you to publish your book? You took like joined in July 2020 and you published in September 2020. You might have taken some 1 month time in learning the stuff and then wrote. So, what are the personal qualities or traits that you developed by going through this journey of writing a book? Because finishing a book is something most people are thinking of starting to write a book. You finish the book, that is a milestone. So, what
Yes.
lessons or what traits or what kind of personal traits you developed by doing this writing journey? Over to
First
you.
thing, actually, I had not thought of writing,
Hmm.
but it has inspired me. That is the first thing.
Hmm.
Then my doctor said that you have got such a lot of experience. Why
Hmm.
not go for it?
Hmm.
So I'll start. Then I discipline myself.
Hmm.
First, I do your videos and what exactly, and then I read in my diary the notes that I took from your webinar. What has to be done, the research, the
I would
writing pattern.
intervene here. I would intervene here. It is not me who inspired. It is your daughter who inspired you.
Sir, it's your help also. Your webinar, when I watched, I decided I can go for this. And my
Okay.
daughter was pushing up. Yes, you go. You, mommy, you do this, you do that.
Okay. Okay.
As I, they're like a friend to me.
Hmm.
So the friend, this
Hmm.
small family friend circle, even my husband helping me out.
Hmm.
And okay, he will call, yes, the author is sitting and no one has to disturb the author. So
Good. Good one.
come up with this after I started writing and then watching the videos and going step by step. It is quite important to put
Hmm.
yourself in discipline. Suppose one day I used to miss writing and then I used to feel, oh, today I think I did not do a good job.
Hmm.
Before that, then I thought that next day when I get up after my school hours, when I come back home, I have to concentrate on reading something and I have to put up these ideas.
Hmm.
And most of the stories that I have put in my book are my life stories.
Hmm.
But changed some names and all. So most of these things, and some from what I have read, of course. So I just disciplined myself in the way Som you have told us how to do it,
Hmm.
and a big transformation in my life that a teacher has a mother, a teacher, a mentor has become an author. A new identity I got from this, and
Amazing.
I'm
Amazing.
and I'll keep on doing this work of writing to inspire the younger generation, and I'll train them for communication and making this world a good place.
Absolutely yes. Absolutely yes. So let's talk about this. How long? How many days you wrote to complete the book? How many days? How many days it took to complete the book?
It took nearly 40 days for me to keep writing
Mm-hmm.
my book,
Hmm.
and then the editing part or the draft, and some people from the community also helped me
Hmm.
editing.
Hmm. Hmm.
So I got help from the community.
Hmm.
So trying to do something good.
Hmm.
There is always help from people, and I call
Hmm.
this is the communicating with each other, and
Yes.
we are in our friend circle in some or the other way.
Right.
In my book, I mentioned that you should learn to help the others.
Hmm. 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 Right. So, how many words per day, or how many hours? You are like you are a teacher, full time teacher. You are a mother of two daughters. It's a full time responsibility, and you are writing also. So, how much time do you think one should need to find out for writing on a daily basis?
Minimum 1 hour.
Hmm.
think minimum 1 hour you have to sit in one place
Hmm.
and either think of your book. Because see, when I'm working, my work hour is morning 7 a.m. to
Hmm.
2 p.m. Then
Hmm.
I come and all. Then I spare some time for my exercise.
Hmm.
Then cooking at present is I have to do because of this pandemic and all. And
Hmm.
daughters enjoy the delicacies that I prepare,
Hmm.
so they don't need to prepare it. And so
Hmm.
I have to spare 1 hour.
Hmm.
Evening, 1 hour I used to spare
Hmm.
before I could. And
Oh.
at times, if I couldn't spare that 1 hour, if there was some guest and all, at night 9 to 10 I used to sit for my
Hmm.
book. So that
Yes.
1 hour I used to spare in the whole day. Some or the other time I used to adjust for that because that is developing my passion, that is developing myself, and
Hmm.
it's a new identity. All these thoughts and the family members enjoying me sitting quiet in one place and doing some work.
Author is writing the book, huh?
Yes.
So everybody listening to this, watching this, please understand. If you're thinking that you're into a full-time job, if you're thinking that you don't have a time, if you think that writing will take like 4 5 hours a day, that is a myth. If you spend, see, if you just spend 1 hour a day in writing, I would say even 30 minutes to 45 minutes a day you write, then you can finish a book. If you have a myth like you need to quit your job to write a book, it is not the case, because I wrote my first two books when I was doing the job, when I was quite sure that I would be fulfilling my career as an author and I loved this stuff. Only then I left the job and I started this full-time journey. So please don't let don't let any excuses take you over, because excuses are like, I can't write well, I don't have time, I have other priorities, I have small kids, I have a job, I have this, I have that. If you're, see, there is a wonderful quote which I remember: if something is important to you, you will make it happen. If something is not important, you'll make excuses. So guys, if you're really serious about writing the book, then listen from, not from me, but from Sneha, who's a first time author. She's doing multitasking different things, and she's just disciplined. Discipline is the key in the writer journey. Consistency is the key in the writer journey. So if you're consistent, and this is one, and secondly, the kind of support she's getting from family, from her husband, from her daughters, and of course from the author Freedom Hub community, that everything has made it possible for her to write a book. Am I right, Sneha?
Yes, yes, right. And
Wonderful,
my
wonderful.
was encouraging me. Now your name will be on Amazon as an author, and the whole world will know. She was quite excited, being a
Hmm.
school child. She
Hmm.
was quite excited to push me up as an author. So I
Hmm.
was getting that support from my whole family,
Hmm.
and I enjoyed this journey, and I'll keep on enjoying writing.
Hmm.
And it is all your help also, so,
Hmm.
and keep on inspiring the young generation to communicate with one another. Anyone needs
Wonderful,
any,
wonderful.
can with me for public speaking or for the stage daring and all these things. Winning friends at different places.
Hmm.
Also, and answering to various people sending me mails these days.
Hmm.
Enjoying this part of life other
Hmm.
than teaching hours, and I don't interfere with my book in the teaching hours at all. That
Hmm.
is a different thing, and my totally the writing work that I do is at home.
Great, great, great. Wonderful, wonderful. So you're keeping your passion, your profession in a totally, separate boundary, so that nothing get disturbed, right? That's wonderful. So let's now talk about those people who are maybe just like you. Maybe some females are working, they have families, or maybe somebody else who is busy in the job. If he's thinking of writing a book, so you as an author, first time author doing the job, so what is the advice you want to give that person who is watching this interview? Give that advice.
Yeah, I would advise that person first make up your mind that you want to write
Hmm.
and be successful with your first book. Then you join Som, who really very patiently answers each and every question. The weekly sessions or the fortnight sessions we had. So you attend them, you join his courses, you study those courses well, and you spare time without disturbing your family. Take it as a happy job.
Yes.
try to do it with lots of patience. And the whole author hub community with SOM is there to help you. We are
Hmm.
there to guide you. And you have to only spare 1 hour daily to do
Hmm.
your work. And it should be such that you're doing it happily, not as a burden. And there should be no miscommunication in your house or in your job wherever you are working, and other than your job hours you can do this work. It is quite peaceful, and it is energetic. It clears your mind, your
Hmm.
thoughts. It
Hmm.
takes very high level at the universe.
Absolutely. She has given the very, very practical advice. Very practical, because she's clearly saying that don't let this disturb your family or work. Just keep 1 hour separately and make it a happy job. I call it a TIE principle, TIE. TIE stands for take it easy. So
Yes,
everybody
right.
take it easy. Take it easy. Like it's a marathon. You don't need to rush about that your book is not being finished or something. If you have a dream of writing a book, publishing a book, so I'm telling you, it is figure outable. You don't need to spend huge amount of money for the publishers. You don't need to go anywhere. You can sit on the comfort of a house, write the book, publish the book on your own, and you can start selling it if you learn the marketing also. So great journey you shared, Sneha. It was really, really interesting session where we learned about your book and where we talked about your journey, your personal habits, traits you developed. And before we wind up this session, let's now just quickly talk about if people, if you have to give some kind of one parting piece of advice, then what is that advice you want to give to anybody, not to author, anybody who is just listening to this interview about life, because you are experienced person, are a mother of 2 daughters. So talk about some life lesson from your side. What is the parting piece of advice you want to give?
Always be a friend to your family, like to your kids. Don't overburden them with your own ideas,
Mm-hmm.
and listen to what they have to, whatever their ideas are. And whenever you take any family decision, I would like to tell you to take the opinion
Hmm.
of your kids. Let the decision be yours, but the opinion,
Hmm.
the kids are quite happy to share their opinion.
Hmm. Hmm.
Don't accept that opinion, yet they are happy. So, to lead a good and happy life, you need to take the opinion of the others, but the decision should be your own.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. What a great advice you have given. So thank you so much for being on this show, Sneha. It was really wonderful to have you and learn about your book. So now those who are watching this video, if you have some author hidden in you, and I bet everybody has a book inside them. Sneha was not finding that book for such a long time, but when something triggered, she found a book, and now she is a fond of books. She'll now keep on writing the books. If you are the one who is resonating with Sneha, if you are the one who is still being confused by the various negative beliefs about how writing works, then I invite you to watch my free pre-recorded training, which is below down the link. Watch that video, consume that content, and take action. And I invite you to join my Author Freedom Up community, where we have where I have not only courses. I come to you, meet you personally every week, and we have a community of 1,000 plus people who are happy to become your friends and help you in your author journey. So I invite you to that. And if you are looking for making friends, so Sneha's book 7 Ways to Winning Friends is definitely a way to go and grab that book. The link is down below the video, and I ask you to go and grab that copy right now. And with that, we are ending this session. And before I end up, I ask you to subscribe to my channel if you have not done already, and hit the notification button so that every time some new interview comes, like Sneha's interviews today, you will get a notification and you'll get inspiration to write the book, to talk about different life aspects. And thank you so much, Sneha, for being here.
Thank you so.
It was a
It was
pleasure to have you. And yes, okay,
nice.
audience, bye bye. And we'll come back with some more interview next time. Thank you. Bye bye.